What's up, everybody? It's Ripper here talking about the Don Lewis case, which came from the Tiger King show on Netflix. If y'all missed it, last night there was a show on NBC, Dateline, talks about the Don Lewis case. And after that show aired, a friend of mine, not really a friend, but someone by the name of Carole, made a statement. So I'm going to read her statement. As we normally do, we're going to break it down. I read it, and I must admit, I laughed. I read it, I laughed, I thought, who is she trying to fool? I mean, I know there's some mamas out there that raise some fools, but I'm not one of them, but I do know a few of them. All right, so let's read it. I'm going to put it on the screen. We're going to read it. And man, tomorrow we are going to expose somebody. Tomorrow somebody's going to be exposed. I don't want to do it, but it has to be done. Exposure is the best medicine sometimes. So let's get right to this right here. Also, if you want to help solve the case, find us. We're at the official Don Lewis Cold Case Files group on Facebook. That's right. It's the official group. Guaranteed official. All right, here we go. I'm sorry. This is from Carole. I assume it is. I mean, it's on her Facebook. I am sorry that Dateline chose to use the 1998 footage of my petting big cats because I believe that sort of thing makes people want to pay to pet them. And that's the worst thing that could happen to a wild cat, given the way their lives end when they are no longer safe to handle. I agree with some of that, but however, let's read it again. I'm sorry that Dateline chose to use the 1998 footage. Well, let me give you my opinion. Dateline reached out to Carole to see if she would participate in their episode. She declined. She did not want to participate. Therefore, I doubt she's really sorry that they used the 1998 footage, because had she participated, they would have new footage. But for some reason, she did not participate. Maybe that's like taking the fifth. Not real sure. But if she would have, there would have been some questions that she would have been asked. And I'm not sure she wants to try to answer some of the questions that they would have asked her. Just a guess. Or maybe, here's another guess. Maybe they sent her a list of questions. This hypothetical, I can't guarantee this happened. I'm not saying it did. I'm not saying I have information that it did. I'm not saying it didn't either. Just a hypothetical. Maybe they did send her a list of questions and she didn't want to answer them. Maybe that happened. Regardless, the reason they had to use that footage is because she did not participate in that show. Yet those three brave daughters of Don Lewis, they did. They participated in it. And they did great. They looked wonderful. I mean, you have Linda, Miss Hollywood, you have Donna, who looks like Michelle Pfeiffer. And then I always say that Gail is the favorite. She still is. Anyway, they did a wonderful job. Not only did they do a good job, but of course, Christopher from the Tampa Bay Times was on there. He had some good information. And you know who else? Mystical Jinx, that's right. Carrie from our own Facebook group was there with the handwriting stuff. I mean, I loved it. Carrie, you did a wonderful job. I know that you did not want to go on TV, but you were a natural. You didn't even look nervous. I was so happy. You did great. Matter of fact, Carrie and a few others, Nosy, And I don't even know how many people, we all watched it together. So it was exciting. Anyway, good job, Carrie. Okay, we're going to talk about more handwriting stuff also. But I really don't think we need to. I think Carrie summed it up, Mystic Jinx, that is, summed it up on the show. But we're going to talk about it because I have lots of information. Let's continue. Oh, let me just, I'll just continue. The 1998 footage of me petting big cats because I believe that sort of thing makes people want to pay to pet them. And that's the worst thing that could happen to a wild cat given the way their lives end when they are no longer safe to handle. Here's an idea. Instead of apologizing that Dateline did not use footage because you did not participate, how about you apologize for being involved in this wild animal petting thing? Because the place that you had these cabins where people could actually spend the night with these wild animals inside the cabin. Like, cub petting, I get your point. Cub petting is bad because once they reach a certain size, it's not safe to be around them from what I hear. But maybe that's not true because I did see some people with some big cats. I mean, but then again, I don't know. I'm not an expert, but I have seen videos of people out at your place, Carole. Not only are they petting them, they're sleeping with them. They're in a cabin. Like, it's not like a 15-minute pet picture. It's like you're spending the night with these wild animals. So maybe it should be, I apologize for being part of that world. I have now realized it's not a good thing. I mean, if you're wrong, you should apologize. You should say, hey, I made a mistake. I myself made a mistake to a guy named Ryan, and I called him up and I was like, Ryan, that was my bad. That was my bad. And I apologized to him. I have no problem apologizing, people. Linda Sue, I had a knee-jerk reaction. Told her I was sorry. It's okay to apologize to people, Carole. If you make a bad decision or you do something, you can apologize. It's really hard to do, but you can do it. So you could apologize for participating in that whole thing with animal petting and all that. But instead you're deflecting and saying, Dateline made me a victim because they used this old footage of me doing that. That's what you're saying. That's how I take it. So how about you do the right thing and apologize for what really happened? Not just this, but other things too. Let's continue on. I'm not on a soapbox, but kind of was. They are only cute and cuddly for about 5 minutes of their lives, and the rest of their existence, they are wild animals who want nothing to do with you. Time out. They are only cute and cuddly for about 5 minutes of their lives. I don't know what 5 minutes that is. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that cats, like lots of different cats, are cute and cuddly for longer than 5 minutes. Like, I have a couple cats, had them for a couple months. They've been cute and cuddly for a couple of months. I'm not an expert, but I think that 5 minutes, I don't think that's correct. I think they're cute and cuddly longer than that, Carole. Now, maybe to you, it's 5 minutes and that's it. They're there for 5 minutes. Oh gosh, they're not cute and cuddly anymore. Get rid of them or whatever it is. I don't know. 5 minutes though? For someone who loves cats, who says for the cats in their emails, 5 minutes? Hold on. Let me make sure I'm seeing that right. 5 minutes for the cats. Sorry, you ugly pussy. I mean, 5 minutes? No. No, they're cute and cuddly a lot longer than that. I think. Mine are anyway. Let's continue on, shall we? 5 minutes? Maybe you're talking about something else for 5 minutes or 3 minutes. I don't know. Maybe you're talking about I don't know. Okay, carry on. They are wild animals who want nothing to do with you other than to try and get past you to freedom. The timing of this is so wonderful because I just watched a video on Instagram of a guy being stalked by a cougar for over 6 minutes. And the cougar was not trying to get away to get to their freedom or anything. I think the cougar wanted to eat the guy. I mean, that's what it looked like to me. Or cougar could have had babies and protecting the area, but it was 6 minutes. I think if the only thing they wanted was to get away from someone to freedom, I wouldn't have seen that cougar on that Instagram video today following that guy for 6 minutes. So I don't think that's correct either. I'm not sure if you're an expert with cats or not, because so far, I know I'm not, but a couple of things that you were saying don't seem to make sense to me. But, I mean, you are the expert, right? I don't know. All right, let's continue on. There was so much more. Oh, I can't make this up. There was so much more from my diary they could have used. Really? Your diary that you put on your YouTube channel where you say, for entertainment purposes only? That diary? Okay. Don't worry, we're going to use the hell out of that diary. Don't worry about that. Someone's going to use the hell out of that thing. Oh, there was so much more from my diary they could have used, such as the fact, timeout, fact. That's a pretty big word for your diary. To use the word fact or facts in the same sentence as your diary, that's a stretch. Such as the fact that 3 expert handwriting firms who have been the only ones to see the originals of all the documents, will, power of attorney, trust, and the sample documents, including the marriage certificate. So hold on a second. Hold up a minute. Three expert handwriting firms who have been the only ones to see the originals of all the documents. All right, you're saying 3 handwriting experts, all of them saw all the original documents of the will, the power of attorney, trust, and sample documents. Okay. Remember that. 3 firms who all saw the originals. I actually don't think that's right. I have those, and I have a new handwriting. You don't call it a report. They're called findings. I have a new one that I'm going to share today. Thanks to Christopher Spada over at the Tampa Bay Times. My dude. Anyway, all agreed that the documents were authentic and signed by Don Lewis. All right, let's break that down. Three firms. They all saw the originals. They all agreed that the documents were authentic and signed by Don Lewis. We're going to fact check that. Instead of using that piece from my diary, let me throw in a disclaimer. She does have on her channel for entertainment purposes only. So I think the people at Dateline are maybe 1 to 13 steps ahead here. Just saying. Instead of using that piece from my diary, maybe I need my glasses. Did she say liary or diary? It's diary. Okay. They used me mocking the guy they found after polling how many others that may not have given them the answer they wanted, who made a ridiculous claim of forgery based on what he saw online and in copies. Stop the presses. Stop the presses. I don't even need to look at the handwriting reports. I don't have to be an expert in it to base my opinion, nor did Mystical Jinx. But we'll pull them out. We're going to pull these out. I promise you, I have them. I have what she's talking about. We're going to pull them out, except I don't recall 3 firms saying this. I think there was 2 that said, it seemed like one said, they didn't say it was authentic or genuine. They just said it was signed by the same person. Now, if you have an exact replica of a signature, of course it's going to look like it was signed by the same person because it's the same exact thing. I mean, that would be common sense, but I think that's what it said if I recall. I'll have to find those. But I know I have them. All right, continue on, Ripper. All right, she saw online and in copies. So she's saying that if they're copies and what someone saw something online and in copies, then you're disqualified. You cannot make a decision based on that. I'm going to give you my opinion of why she's saying this. Carole, are you listening? I can't hear. Oh, I forgot. She's right there. Carole, I know what happened in July of this year. Carole, I know what happened in July of this year. And knowing what I know, makes me wonder about this comment right here that you make where you say online and in copies. So what you're saying is if it's not the originals, you can never get a good result because it has to be the originals. You bring this up. These people bring up that they saw the original documents, and then you say a claim of forgery based on what he saw online and in copies. I think I know why you're saying that, Carole. Carole, I'm pretty sure I know why you're bringing that up. So what if I told the good people out there watching, what if I told the good people that just 2 months ago, all the originals were destroyed? What if I told you that? You have millions of eyes on this case. You've got some of the greatest armchair detectives going through documents, pulling stuff up. You've got some of the best detectives out there, the book writers and all that, the Jerry Mitchells and all that. You got them all looking through all this stuff. And now all of a sudden, and the case has been reopened. And now all of a sudden, the originals have been destroyed? What if I told you all that had happened just a few months ago? What would you think? Would it make you suspicious, this big, gigantic case, that all of a sudden the original documents in some of the things related to this case have just been destroyed just 2 months ago? I'll tell you what, let's do this. Don't worry. We got a lot to go over. I have a shirt right here. I'm going to give it away. Not right now, but the next video I will give it away. But here's what you got to do first. Let me open it up. I'm sorry. It's a purple shirt. What do we have here? It's a purple shirt. It's a purple Lowry shirt. On the back, Justice for Don Lewis. We're going to give it away. It is a size, I believe it's a size large. Let's make sure. Oh, and it's the ultra cotton also. It's very comfortable. Where is the size? All right, it's a large. It's a large Marge. It's a large shirt. It's a Lowry shirt. I'm going to give it away tomorrow. Whoever wins it, if you want me to autograph it, I will, because the other shirts that I gave away, people wanted them autographed, so I don't mind autographing them. I will, by all means. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give it away tomorrow, or when I do my next video, I'll do the thing where it does the automatic drawing based on comments. Here's what here's if you want to win the shirt, you are going to say documents. This is not what you're going to say. Hold on, I'm going to explain. The documents have been destroyed. Let's say they have in July. Let's say they've been destroyed. For you people out there, I'm sure you can look into it and you'll see it's yes. Anyway, I don't know which exact documents, but I know documents were destroyed in July. The originals. They've been digitized, but the originals destroyed. And I find that really odd that that just happened a few months ago while so many eyes are on this case. And now it's like someone's planting seeds talking about the originals. Another coincidence? So here's my thing. I wonder, does she know? Does Carole know they've been destroyed? And if so, how does she know? If you think she knows, this is what you need to say to win the shirt. One shirt. I have another one I'll give away at another time. Also, there could be some Ripper gear coming also, some Ripper merch that we can give away later. Not today, later. Anyway, Carole knew. If you think she knew, I want you to type in the comments, Carole knew. And that's what I'm going to use to win the shirt. Now, it doesn't seem fair that I would make everybody say that to enter into the drawing. But I am, to win or have a chance, type in Carole knew. Now, if you don't think she knew, put in Carole didn't know and put it in twice. Okay, so that will make up for the Carole knew that you're doing to enter the drawing, and then put in Carole didn't know twice. You get in for the drawing, you get your vote in, it cancels the drawing one out, so we can tally it up. You think she knows those documents were destroyed, or maybe something to do with them. Carole knew. And tell me what you think. Like, what do you think about that? Let's say they are destroyed. Let's say that they did get destroyed. What do you think? All right, let's continue on. And the reason that I find this funny is that she's talking about the originals all of a sudden, and just, you know, a case at 23 years old and all of a sudden the originals get destroyed right in the middle of a big investigation? Come on, man. I mean, there's a lot of fools raised by their mamas, but that's not us. I don't think. Maybe some, but not us. Okay, we continue on. Ridiculous claim of forgery based on what he saw online and in copies. So she's dogging the online and copies, and now it's like, you can't trust it. I am just amazed at how many of these media outlets say they want to tell my story, but when they have full access, bullshit. Sorry. When they have full access to everything I know. Time out a second. Full access? If they had full access, they wouldn't have been using footage from 1998. Right? Today's video is brought to you by... I'm just joking. I'm kidding. If they had full access, they would have had newer footage, like an interview, but let's keep going. I'm just amazed at how many of these media outlets say they want to tell my story, but when they have full access to everything I know, they never choose to use the things that totally expose the false claims against me for what they really are. Well, Carole Lewis, they don't have full access to everything you know. They don't. They have full access to, no, they don't. What you're claiming is that all these diary entries and your rebuttals and all this stuff is full access to what you know, but your YouTube channel states it's for entertainment purposes only. Do you know what that means? Entertainment purposes only. That would be like someone going out with a film crew and acting like they're digging in places looking for a body, and they don't even know where they're at. They don't even know the area that they're at, but they're acting like they're looking for these bodies or whatever, but they're filming for the camera. That's for entertainment purposes only. It's not really real. Okay? So when your YouTube channel and your diaries and all that in there say for entertainment purposes only, then the media is not going to use that as factual evidence. That's not how it works. I'm also going to talk about the phone records in my next video. The phone records in my next video. And I'm going to talk about a snake who tried to get the phone records. They actually tried to get the phone records in an underhanded way, and we're going to talk about that tomorrow, and I'm going to show you what I mean, because I got proof, because you know how I do. I put it out there. I'll show you what I got. Actual documents. Those reports and so much more are online at YouTube. Just look up Ripperjack Media, or go to Google and look up Ripper Carole Baskin, and you'll find all the information you need on this case. I think that's what she's trying to say, but she didn't exactly say it. Just Google Ripperjack Media or Ripper Carole Baskin. Let me finish what she said. Those reports and so much more are online at the link below. Find out for yourself if you care what the truth is at. I have some reports here I'm going to show you, and I have a new one as well. So let me put them up on the screen for you. All right, dated November 12th, 1997. Dear Mr. Opp, I have examined the documents listed below to determine whether or not the signatures, Jack Donald Lewis, also known as Don Lewis, on the disputed will and power of attorney are authentic. Documents examined, questioned, So these are the documents that are in question. The last will and testament dated 11/21/96. Now, remember the signatures on that. One of them belongs to Susan Aronoff Bradshaw, who has actually come out just recently and said she didn't sign these things. Remember that? Keep that in mind. You have a witness saying they didn't do it. And they also said it in 2005. They actually sent emails to somebody in 2005, and thankfully that brave person reported it. And as I said in my videos before, the fact that Susan had written in her answer about, not signing that stuff, that was very brave also. I would love to talk to her, but she's not talking. Second document, Durable Family of Attorney, dated 11/21/96. One signature, Jack Donald Lewis. What I would have liked to have happened is for them to look into the other signatures too, the Doug Edwards, the Sandra Whitcop, and the Susan Aronoff Bradshaw, because we know Susan says that's not my signature. Known. All right, so this is the actual signatures, known signatures of his. So these are your base. You can look at these and go, we know these are his signatures, like the marriage certificate. We know that was his certificate or his actual signature. Known. We've got an agreement for purchase of a farm in Costa Rica. Now that was faxed. A U.S. passport, and it's his original. It's not a copy. It's his original passport. There's a customs declaration from June of 96, an original document. Costa Rica bank passport, original. A bank statement, that's a copy. Truck and trailer sales bank check. Costa Rica bank passport, a copy. U.S. Customs Declaration, original. U.S. passport, original. Costa Rican will, and that's a copy. That will is something we can get into maybe one day, but not yet. All right, and there's some other documents. They're all copies. Let me go through here. Copies. Now there's a Durable Family of Attorney from 1992. That's an original. A Living Will from 1992. Original. I wonder, well, never mind. Copy. There's an original of a closing statement and his driver's license. So this person had a lot of his original signatures, but he did not have the original power of attorney and the original will. However, I don't think he really needed it. But he says, after examining the above documents, it is my professional opinion that all the signatures, Jack Donald Lewis, on both question documents are the product of tracing. You are not the father. Sorry, for those of you that don't watch Maury Povich, you're not going to know what I just did. The model for such being K-19, the marriage record, which is the same thing that Mystical Jinx said. The marriage record, we know that's real. Anyway, the opinion is unqualified, having been derived from originals and a certified copy. Now, here we go here. In addition, the signatures of Doug Edwards, Susan Aronoff, and Sandra K. Whitcop on Q1 match those on Q2. Thus, at least all but one of each are probably tracings. A model for these were not among the documents examined. So it would be nice if we could find the actual document that was used for the tracing. Now, I think I know what document it is, and I'm going to leave it at that. But you can go out and find more signatures of these people on other documents, especially one of them, and it seems to be the same exact signature, like it's been traced over and over and over. So what he's saying is not only the signature of Jack Donald Lewis the product of tracing, he's also saying the signatures of Doug Edwards, Susan Aronoff, and Sandra Whitcop are also tracings. So we have one that's saying traced. Let's go to the next one. I have examined the documents listed below to determine whether or not the writing on the question note matches the writing habits of Carole Lewis. What? This is something different. Questioned. Handwritten note beginning, listen, bitch. What? Let me start over. I have examined the documents listed below to determine whether or not the writing on the questioned note matches the writing habits of Carole Lewis. Documents examined, questioned, handwritten note beginning, listen, bitch. It sounds to me like someone's angry because they're like, it's not good afternoon, good morning. It's listen, bitch. Known. Handwritten notebook diary of Carole Lewis. No date. The original. Motion to set aside order. Dated. And it's got Carole's writing on it. So you have handwriting stuff of hers. Affidavit. Assignment of trustee. Civil cover sheet. There's copies, whatever. The opinion is, after examining the above documents, it is my professional opinion that the handwriting on the question note matches the writing habits of Carole Lewis, therefore was probably written by the same hand. This opinion is qualified by reason of the examination of copies. However, it is of high probability. So there was a note written that said, listen, bitch. And this guy says Carole wrote it. I don't know what was in the note. Or do I? All right, so here's another one. Documents were delivered to my office by mail on April 2nd. So this is the following year. For the purpose of conducting examination. Documents in question. These are the ones in question. The Guardian Angel Land Trust Agreement from 1992. You guys know I made videos on that, and I've removed them for a reason. Pages signed on August 14th, 1995 with handwritten Carole Lewis, Jack Donald Lewis, Carol Ann Stairs Lewis signatures that are witnessed by Sandra Whitcop, Susan E. Aronoff, and notarized by Sandra Whitcop. The other document in question, Q2, is the will and testament dated November 21st, 1996. That's the will that we just saw the other reports on. And then 3, the durable power of attorney. And they all say they are signed by Doug Edwards, Susan Aronoff, Sandra Whitcop, and the handwriting expert above said that those were tracings. These are the same documents, but this one's got the Guardian Angel Land Trust thrown in it also. Now, you know what? This does not say these are the original documents, though, does it? Oh, yeah. It's right there. Original. All right. All 3 of these are the originals. So we have one handwriting so far with the originals. So these are the standards. These are the things that they believe are Don's actual signatures. A driver's license, settlement statement, durable power of attorney from 92, marriage record, the same marriage record we looked at and Mystical Jinx looked at. Anyway, so we keep going. There's quite a few documents in here. Let's just get to here, the standards submitted for comparison. Let's just go to his findings. Findings and conclusions. Laboratory equipment, including stereo microscope, light table. Keep going. There's a lot of fancy words there. Grids and gauges. A stroke and letter comparison was made based on the reasonable scientific certainty. It is my opinion that the handwritten Jack Donald Lewis signatures identified on Q1, Q3. Hold on. Q1 through Q3. All right, so that's all three documents identified on S1 through S20 were written by the same person. Hold on a second. Hold on. If I have a source document and I trace it and it matches up exactly, you bet it looks like it was written by the same person, of course. Written by the same person. I'm looking for authentic. Authentic is what that was the word I was looking for, authentic, because I've heard it so many times from Carole. The document identified as S15 contains areas that are crossed out, additions that are initialed, numerals that are written over, no witnesses or signatures other than Don Lewis, corrugations, it could medical. All right, what is S15? Original page of agreement dated August 15th, 1996, signed with handwritten Don Lewis signature. S15. August 15th, 1990. What was dated August 15th, 1996? What was dated August 15th, 1996? What am I not thinking of? Okay, anyway. So it doesn't say authentic, it says written by the same person. Now, if it's an exact replica, I guess you could say it was written by the same person. I was really looking for authentic. I don't see that. Is that what? Let me look. I'm reading what she said. Three expert handwriting firms who have been the only ones to see the originals of all documents all agreed that the documents were authentic and signed by Don Lewis. That's not what this says. This does not say the signatures are authentic. That's not what that says. And it does not say they're all signed by Don Lewis. What that says here is that they were written by the same person. I'm reading. She says, all agreed that the documents were authentic and signed by Don Lewis. Okay, that's not what this guy says. He says they were written by the same person. This opinion is subject to examination and comparison of the original documents when they become available. Well, I don't think they're ever going to become available anymore. All right, so, and maybe Carole Lewis still has the originals because this guy says that they were returned. So maybe she still has them. There should be two more of these handwriting things. Handwriting ID at your request. We have examined and compared these questions, question signatures with known signatures as listed below. Question documents. Last will and testament. That's the original. Power of attorney dated 11/21. That's the original. The guardian angel land trust agreement. That's the original. PSRL land trust agreement. That's a copy. And that's the one dated 1992. So we have the 95 and 92. Knowns used for comparisons. Power passports. There's original. Some checks. Okay, there's quite a few things. So let's see what they say. This examination was performed in our forensic lab using grid sheets, dividers, other professional devices. Opinion. It is our unqualified opinion that the questioned signatures of Jack Donald Lewis as they appear on question documents number 1, 2, and 3 above are genuine, not authentic, but genuine, or the group genuine. It is our qualified opinion based on a copy of the original that the question signatures of Don Lewis and Jack Donald Lewis on question document number 4 above are genuine. Not authentic. Is that the same as genuine and authentic? The same thing? You guys look it up. Tell me. That's all I got. I only have those. That's it. I only have 2 that say that. I don't have 3. So we have one that says genuine. We have one that says written by the same person. To me, I don't know. I'm not an expert. It just seems a little odd to me. And then we have one that says, Carole wrote a note that says, listen, bitch. And then we have another one that says it's traced, and that the other signatures are also traced on the will and the power of attorney. Interesting, isn't it? It doesn't appear that the stuff that she wrote in her little release thing, I don't think it matches, but maybe I'm being too picky. However, I have another handwriting findings that I will show you now, courtesy of Tampa Bay Times. I don't think I'll go through all this, but I'll hit the highlights. I was asked to examine a photocopy of a one-page Florida marriage record dated October 10th, 1991. That's the marriage certificate, bearing the signature of Jack Donald Lewis, and a photocopy of a 3-page durable power of attorney dated November 21st, 1996, bearing the signatures of Jack Donald Lewis. The purpose of my examination was to determine if the questioned signature, Jack Donald Lewis, appearing on Q1 was traced from the Jack Donald Lewis signature appearing on K1. So we have Q1 and K1. One's the marriage certificate. One is the power of attorney. I am currently employed as a full-time forensic document examiner with Robson Forensic Incorporated. I have been conducting forensic document examinations for over 25 years. I do believe that one of the reports that Carole submitted or had done, I believe they went into business or started their business in July of 1997, just like a month before they did their report. I'm not real sure, or maybe before he went missing. We'll have to look it back up to see. But they started in July of 97. That's when the business started. It didn't say how long the people had been doing it. Regardless, this guy, 25 years. I've served as a special agent and document analyst with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, so that's the FBI, where I received much of my formal training and question document examinations. I have conducted examinations on hundreds of cases, including bank robbery notes, death threats to congressional members, suicide letters, disputed wills, contracts, and agreements. It goes on and on and on. I have completed numerous courses through the FBI, other agencies, including the Secret Service, Immigration, Naval Criminal Investigative Service, United States Postal Service, Inspectors at Los Angeles Police Department, Sheriff's Office. I have taught undergraduate and graduate level courses in forensic science, forensic document examinations, at the University of San Diego, California, Colorado. I'm currently a forensic science. I mean, my God, he's a faculty member at a college. This guy's the real deal. I'm real curious to see what he says. He talks about the method they use, the ACE V. I don't know if that's the ACE 5. I don't know. But he goes into detail of what he's doing. The third stage is a formulation of then verification. In addition, you can pause this stuff and read it. This is a full-blown, like, this is a lot of information. Like the stuff we just read, basically said, I have these documents. This is what I say, written by the same person, genuine or traced. Anyway, he's got a resume that never stops. Oh, whoa, hold on. Here we go. In addition, he says the writer's natural range of variation must be accessed. Variation is found in all writers. Because we are not machines, we cannot exactly replicate our own writing every time we write. This is done by dissecting each of the known writings letter by letter to determine all the different ways in which the writer forms their lower and uppercase letters. We did this earlier when I did one of these videos a long time ago. Right now, grab a pen. Grab a pen. I'll give you 7 seconds. Grab a pen, pencil, whatever, and sign your name like you would normally sign it, and then sign your name again, and sign it again 3 times. And look at those signatures and tell me, do any of those 3 match exactly? Mine don't. And what this guy is saying is that yours won't either. Anyway, so he talks about the question writer is broken down in individual letters, and each letter is, it's a process. I conducted a side-by-side comparison of both documents and discovered that the question signature of Jack Donald Lewis was found to be consistent with having been traced from the Jack Donald Lewis signature appearing on K1, which is the marriage certificate, which was more likely used as the model. Both writings coincide well with one another. My observation was confirmed by overlaying a transparency measuring grid. All right, 4 squares. He goes into this. I took into consideration that both documents are photocopies, which could possibly alter the size and dimensions of documents. However, in this case, distortion was minimal and had no bearing on the results of my examination. So what he's talking about is he had print, and he printed one on like a transparency page. Is noted that the IS in Lewis on Q1 appears distorted and is the only portion of the question signature that is. The distortion coincides exactly with the IS in Lewis appearing on K1, which the letters are concealed due to the court seal. So here's the signatures. There's the one on the bottom is from the marriage certificate. The one on top is the one from the durable power of attorney. Down below is where he superimposed them or overlaid them on top of each other. So they are a pretty close match. What's really interesting, like when I sign my name here, the actual different words are like apart the same amount. So, if you're going to do this at home, you want to trace the first name and then you want to move your document over a little bit so you don't have the same width between names. So number 9, he says, within the bounds of reasonable scientific certainty and subject to change if additional information becomes available, it is my professional opinion, this guy is definitely a professional, that the known signature of Jack Donald Lewis K1 was used to create the Jack Donald Lewis signature by means of a tracing process. So what he's saying is the same thing that Mystical Jinx said, The marriage certificate was used as the source, and the durable power of attorney was traced using the marriage certificate. The opinion expressed in this report regarding adheres to certain standards and blah, blah, blah. So here's the thing. Carole puts out her statement. And to me, it doesn't appear that the statement is really accurate, because it talks about it talks about things being authentic. And I mean, we never saw the word authentic. We saw genuine. Look it up. Is it the same meaning? Does genuine mean the same as authentic? Genuine. Truly what something is said to be authentic. So it's saying authentic. Genuine is authentic. If we look at authentic, it says of undisputed origin, genuine. So it's the same thing. So I guess you can use authentic and genuine. So we have one that says that. And then we have the other that says it's same, or it's signed by the same person. So one says authentic. It says genuine, but the definition appears to be the same. And then we have one that says signed by the same person. That's not the same as saying it's authentic. And I don't see a third one. Maybe there's a third one out there somewhere else, but I don't see it. I see two that say traced, and one that says these other signatures are traced also. And thank you, Mr. Songer, for your report. It's very good. I think it matches exactly with what Mystical Jinx had said, that it definitely was traced. So we've covered this whole thing. I don't think this statement is... I question this statement that she put out, because it just seems like she's a victim of a bunch of different things. She's sorry Dateline used old footage. Well, that's her fault, because she didn't participate in it. It's Dateline's fault that they showed her petting cats. Well, no, that's what they had, and that's what you did. It's you doing that. That's on you. So that first sentence, I think it's a joke. That's my opinion. I don't have 3 expert handwriting firms. I've only seen 2. One of them does say, so by definition, genuine is authentic, authentic is genuine, so I'll give her that one. But the other one doesn't say that. It says by the same person. To me, there's a difference. And then all agreed that documents were authentic and signed by Don Lewis. That's absolutely not what I saw. That's not what I just saw. I'm telling you, that's not what I saw. One person said genuine. The other said by the same person. And then another handwriting expert said traced, and also the 2 witnesses and notary were all traced because all those signatures matched each other. And then we have a recent one that was done just months ago that says Dawn's signature was traced from the marriage certificate. To me, that's 3-1, technically. But I'm biased, of course, because I'm pretty sure I have common sense. So I think this is a stretch, what she's saying. I don't think it's true. And the ridiculous claim of forgery based on what he saw online and in copies, I read you some of the things that he did, and he's highly qualified, and he did just more than that. He looked into it. And then the last thing, I'm amazed at how many of these media outlets say they want to tell my story, but when they have full access to everything I know, they never choose to use the things that totally expose the false claims against me. They don't have full access. And the fact that you say for entertainment only on your YouTube channel, it can't be used as factual evidence. But I'll tell you what, Carole, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. And I will invite you to come on my channel and let's have a conversation. I will give you the questions that I want to ask you beforehand so you can look at them. Just come on my channel. Let me ask you some questions. I have some questions that I would like to ask you about a couple of things. And I will even let you see the questions that I'm going to ask. But, you have to come on the channel. I'm not going to show you what I know unless you agree to come on. I mean, I think that's fair. So just come on the channel. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk. Let me ask you some questions. If you say that these claims are false, I mean, I've made some accusations. I mean, come on. There's more people watching my channel than yours. So let's have a conversation. Let me ask you some questions. And you can see them beforehand. But like I said, before I show you my hand, I just want you to agree to come on. It'd be nice if you returned my messages and my emails that I had left to you a long time ago. Well, everybody, I guess that's it for today. Thanks to everybody who stayed and watched this whole long drawn out thing. I mean, it shouldn't have been that long because it was just, you know, it's a one paragraph statement by her, but there's just so much in there that needs to be talked about, and it takes a while to go over it. So, you know, some people said, oh, make, 12-minute videos. This case is more important than a 12-minute video. I don't care what the algorithms say that, you need to make 7-minute videos. That's how you're going to, get the most people to watch. No, I want people to know what we have found out. People need all this information. They don't need little one-liners and stuff being put out there and taken out of context. We want it all out there, and it's all going to come out on so many different levels. Everybody, good luck on the drawing for the shirt tomorrow, or hopefully I can do another video tomorrow, but my leg is on fire. Like, I've sat here too long. We'll see how I sleep tonight. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for all the support. Thank you for supporting the family. Thanks for supporting the people like Nosy Wren and Mystic Jinx and Carrie and Johnny Jack. Thanks for the support there. Thanks for supporting the group and the real group, not the real, but the real group. You guys know what I'm talking about there, right? All right, everybody. Stay safe out there. Good luck on winning the shirt. My name is Ripper, and I'm out.